I found this lovely little snowflake sitting in my subscription box, and I decided to make a little video about this. Hope you enjoy, but beware of the feminist cancer.
Be a discussion with a friend interspliced with a beer and a chat. This is because my pal Riley and I
See what I mean? It's just beginning.
shot a collab at VidCon that ended up being super awesome, but slightly incoherent and hard to edit, as VidCon vids often turn out.
I'm a non-binary trans woman.
Now, normally I would leave a link to a person's description, especially if they say something that stupid. But, as this person has actually filed a lawsuit against people who for hate speech, I'm not going to do it this time. You want to look them up?
Make YouTube videos about
Their name's going to be right there on the screen in just a moment.
Hopefully you think our conversation is interesting, while my solo commentary clearly drives forward the points I'm trying to make.
Now, this is the reason why I'm doing this video, because apparently I'm an anti-feminist, because I hate crybullies and any type of bullying. Now I'm going to fast forward a little bit. You're welcome to listen to it, and link to the original video will be in as always, but I am so tired of listening to her, it is ridiculous. Here we go.
So this is a scary video to put out there. I predict that 2 hours after this video is posted, the ratings will be okay, but 2 weeks after it's up, and the ratings will not be so okay. And that's because there's a community out there on YouTube made up of viewers and creators who seem set on silencing anyone who talks about anything they deem too social justice-y.
Kind of a specific group of YouTubers who are just known for like making angry response videos and kind of sending a lot of commenters to go to people's videos, feminist videos, to dislike them and comment and just like destroy their ratings basically.
It's almost like there's a threshold for them of social justice issues that are all right to discuss and support. There's general LGBT rights, sometimes binary trans identities like trans men and trans women, sometimes mental health advocacy, but anything above that threshold, like rape culture, trigger warnings, privilege, non-binary genders, Black Lives Matter.
I find it interesting that you have this gotcha when you say Black Lives Matter, throwing in the middle of this, which many people in the United States consider it as a terroristic group. No. This is the reason why people will make fun of you.
Not okay in the slightest to these people. Now, every individual in this community is slightly different. I want to acknowledge that before we continue. There will, of course, be exceptions to the things I'm about to say, and I don't want you to watch this video and then go on making sweeping generalizations, lumping people in this category and thinking everyone in it is one certain type of way. That's not the case. That being said, largely the community that I'm talking about has strong associations with things like advocating for freedom of speech, atheism, championing logic and rationality, and if they have channels, most of the videos they make seem to be focused on ripping apart social justice advocates and their views. For the sake of communication, I'll give this community a name. We'll call them anti-feminists. This is simply because while all their views differ slightly, a vast majority of them seem to have a major opposition to feminism, so anti-feminist it is. If I find a better name later, I'll refer to them differently. Now, the real problem I have with the anti-feminist community isn't their views. I mean, their views bum me out, but there will always be people whose views bum me out. That's inevitable. The thing I really dislike about anti-feminists on YouTube is how strongly they advocate for freedom of speech, yet seem determined on silencing anyone they out of their way to do it. They actively search for social justice advocates and then make videos devoted to ridiculing specific people. And it's my opinion, their critiques tend to be more condescending than constructive. I feel like they pride themselves on being a very logical, rational community. Oh my god. Well, what do you say to that then? Do you think they are, in fact, as logical and rational as they claim to be?
Absolutely not. So my problem with this is that a lot of times they're atheist channels, and I'm an atheist, and I don't want to like bring religion/atheism into this, but it is largely like atheists who are like, I'm so logical and I am perfect and everything that I say is objective, and that's obviously not true, but they try to pass themselves off that way. Like their comments are always, this is illogical, and you don't know what you're talking about, and trying to discredit you and saying that they're objective when they don't recognize that every person has a bias, every person has a perspective. Even I try to acknowledge my own biases, my own perspectives in my videos. Like I know when I'm making an argument that this isn't the objective facts, it's an argument. So I just think it's misleading to say that this is everything exactly as it is, and I know that it is, without acknowledging your own perspective.
And the videos they make implicitly encourage their audience to go over to their target's channel and harass them. Their audience justice advocates ratings with dislikes. Many people have bragged to me in the comments about how they made multiple accounts, dozens of accounts, just so they could dislike my content several times. That's dedication. And creepy. Dedication. And it's important to note that lots of these anti-feminist YouTubers have real power and armies of hundreds of thousands of people behind them. How much power does this community have?
Yeah, so it really depends. There are some who are very large YouTubers with a lot of influence that lots of people follow, and if they decide to target someone, especially a smaller person, it can vary them in the amount of dislikes and comments and things like that. But there are smaller people who make response videos, and their impact isn't quite as big because it's like any YouTube community. Even if it's, I would say, a negative one, it has a wide range of YouTubers with different levels of influence in it, basically.
I've personally been specifically targeted by anti-feminists with millions of subscribers. Somebody with that much social influence goes out of their way to talk about just how dumb they think you are. It's scary. And the ramifications of their choice to do this are serious. As a direct result, my comment sections have become filled with threats, violence, and hate speech. And you can't say say they are simply exercising their right to disagree with me, it goes far beyond that. These kinds of audiences have even given themselves a name. They call themselves attack helicopters, and
Are you actually taking it seriously?
I understand that their actions aren't face-to-face, their attacks are just over the internet, but it's still harassment. I'll prove it to you. Comments I get on my Everything Gender video, a project frequently targeted by anti-feminists, go as follows. Trigger warning, incredibly graphic, and derogatory language up next. Am I the only one who would happily gun down any of the mentally challenged cunts featured in this video? This is the most cancerous, autistic, idiotic video ever. I sexually identify as an attack helicopter. Ever since I was a boy, I dreamed of soaring over the oil fields, dropping hot, sticky loads on disgusting foreigners. People say to me that a person being a helicopter is impossible, and I'm fucking retarded, but I don't care. I'm beautiful. I'm having a plastic surgeon install rotary blades, 30mm cannons, and AMG 114 Hellfire missiles into my body. From now on, I want you guys to call me Apache and respect my right to kill from above and kill needlessly. If you can't accept me, then you're a heliphobe, and you need to check your vehicle privilege. Thank you for—
What my listeners won't know is that this is a meme from Team Fortress 2. It's a very popular first-person shooter video game. And that quote was copy verbatim off of knowyourmeme.com. So, honey, you've been trolled. Congratulations. I wonder, do you feel like an idiot yet? And to the person who posted that old meme on her video, I say congratulations. You've well memed, my friend. Well memed. And end the video here saying, God bless, peace, DFTBA. And remember, if you can't play nice, play smart. If you can't play smart, cheat. Then run. Aloha, y'all. Have a good night.